boom, guys, we did it. We did it. We did it. It's over. This fight is over. For this legislative session, guys, my name is Ben Dorr. I am the executive director of Minnesota Gun Rights, Minnesota's only no compromise, the hardest hitting, the most brutal, savage gun rights organization in the state of Minnesota. And I'm here to tell you on this beautiful, gorgeous Saturday morning that the members and supporters of Minnesota Gun Rights have been 100% successful in crushing red flag gun seizures and universal gun registration. Guys, you did it, you did it, you did it. It's over. It is over. Guys, I cannot thank you enough. Just a few minutes ago, both the Minnesota House and the Minnesota Senate adjourned sine die. It's over. The session is over, and no gun control. I'm telling you, not a single piece of gun control was passed this legislative session. They adjourned. It is over. It's over, guys, and I cannot thank you enough. I could not be more proud. I could not be more proud of the members and supporters of Minnesota Gun Rights. Everything you did, all your hard work, the time, the phone calls, the emails, the Facebook messages. Some of you gave hours and hours and hours and hours of your time to fight this gun control agenda. The eyes of the entire country were on this state, and they were saying, oh, gun control is going to pass in Minnesota. It's over. It's over in Minnesota. The answer was no, absolutely not. It was not over. We were just getting started. We were just getting warmed up, and we mopped the floor with them, folks. We mopped the floor with this legislature, and let nobody tell you anything different. Let nobody tell you that it was this group of people or that group of people or this organization or that organization. It was the members and supporters of Minnesota Gun Rights, and I am so happy to be able to stand here with you right now and tell you that you destroyed it. You destroyed it. And even at the very minute, at the last second, oh, the attacks came, and oh, they cried. Oh, how the legislature cried, and the losers cried, and they screamed about how badly they wanted to have this gun control, and how mean and nasty Minnesota Gun Rights was, and how could we do this? How could we stop them? But you shut it down. You shut it down. There were so many things were up at the very end, right? Everything, right? In all these budget bills, all these debates, what are we going to fund? What are we going to buy, sell, trade on our Second Amendment rights? But you know what was not? Gun rights. Gun rights. Because everybody went into that little bargaining room and everybody agreed. And this is what we were told. They said, we can't. If we pass any gun control now, Minnesota Gun Rights will decimate us at election time. And they're not wrong. They are not wrong. Guys, for those of you just tuning in, just a few minutes ago, the Minnesota legislature adjourned their special session. It's over. No gun control was passed. We were watching every step of the way. We were fighting every step of the way. And we did it. We did it. In 2019, we did it. This fight, it'll come back. It'll come back. Sure it will. Sure it will. But right now, guys, this is a massive victory. A massive victory. And you should all be so proud of yourselves. You should be so proud of what your fellow Minnesotans, your fellow Americans did to fight this stuff, to shut it down. In a state like this. This is the state of Ilhan Omar. This is the state of all of these people. There's so many leftists. There's some wackos here. It's this state, but it's this state. It's you and me, the members of Minnesota Gun Rights, that brought so much pain down on lawmakers, so much pressure. They were so angry. They were so angry. They were so upset. Why can't Minnesota Gun Rights shut up? Why won't you guys go away? Why won't you stop? Why won't you let off? Why won't you back down? Because we want to win. Because we want our freedoms protected. Because we want to pass on a beautiful country, a beautiful nation, beautiful freedoms to our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandkids. And that's what we fought for, and that is what we won this legislative session. Everything you did. I'm thinking of people like Mark Allen Everson. That guy probably made upwards of 1,000 phone calls. Probably upwards of 1,000 phone calls this legislative session opposing gun control. There are others like him, Jeff Larson, others who put so much pressure on the lawmakers. They couldn't help but cave. They couldn't help but cave. And even in the last moments, they cry and they yell and they scream and they flail and they wail. But we don't care. We don't care. We weren't in this. We were never in this for political points. We were never in this to get a big old attaboy from politicians. We were never in this to be the most favored lobbyist in St. Paul and go to all the cocktail parties and get our plaque. It was never about any of that. It was never about that. It was always and only about freedom. Freedom. And this morning, when it comes to gun rights, your Second Amendment freedoms have been maintained. They did not take anything away. They wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare take anything away. And when you think of people like Representative Lesh, radical anti-gun Democrat, one of the worst. He's from St. Paul. He's one of the worst. And there he is on his Facebook page saying, we're not going to get gun control passed in Minnesota until the anti-gun organizations up the amount of activism to a level that we've only seen so far from Minnesota gun rights. He typed it out. He literally said, they have outworked us. They have outperformed us. They have out-delivered. They have put on more pressure, more phone calls, more emails. 35-1 pro-gun emails is what he said. This guy's no friend of gun owners. He's not puffing up the numbers to make gun owners look good. He hates us. But he's on there saying, oh, I've gotten 35-1 pro-gun emails in my anti-gun district. And he said, unless Bloomberg's groups, unless the anti-gunners up the pressure to a level only seen from Minnesota gun rights, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get anywhere. And you got nowhere this legislative session. You got nowhere. So guys, on behalf of the board of directors of Minnesota Gun Rights, on behalf of myself, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for fighting this fight with us, because it was a fight. It was a fight. Oh, politics. You're supposed to be so sweet. You're supposed to be so nice. You're supposed to act like this and shine their shoes and bring them Starbucks coffee and fluff their pillows in their office and get down on your knees and lick their boots. That's how we're told it's supposed to work. Build relationships with anti-gun lawmakers, they tell us. Anything, do anything but be nasty. Do anything but go hardcore. No. We reject the old model of politics, and the only reason that our gun rights are secure now is because you and me fought like mad dogs, like crazy, all session long. We were screamed at by lawmakers. We were spit on by anti-gun activists. We were attacked by anti-gun activists. We had security guards pulling them off of us at the Capitol. Okay? We were attacked by other such big, terrible loser organizations. Okay? They came after us. The fake news, they did hit pieces on us all session long. Dozens of lawmakers attacked us by name on their Facebook pages. It was a non-stop, brutal, bloody war, and the victory belongs to the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything you've done. I invite you, share this video. Share with your family, your friends, your neighbors, anybody you know who's pro-Second Amendment. Let them know who this victory belongs to, because even now, weak, chicken-necked people like Paul Gazelka is attacking the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. Even now, okay? Even now, all these lawmakers are lining up going, praise us, we're the winners. We did this. Yes, we are the ones who are responsible. Everybody's trying to claim credit here. Every lawmaker's looking for a big old attaboy. I'll just pat myself on the back right here. No. Political pressure is how this war was won. And it was won by the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. That entity, you, me, this legislative session alone, the members of MGR sent well over 100,000 emails. I haven't checked in a while. It's somewhere around the 120,000 email mark. Lawmakers in St. Paul were telling everybody, they were saying that we've gotten more communication, more messages from gun owners on this issue, this legislative session, from the members of Minnesota gun rights than we have ever seen on any issue cluster ever. So nobody has ever sent that many emails opposing or supporting legislation ever that anybody in the entire legislature can remember. And that's you. You fought. You were vigilant. Vigilant. It's a heck of a word, and it means everything. You look up vigilant in a dictionary, it says Minnesota gun rights members. That's all it says. That's what it says. You took it seriously. I mean, some people, they'll send an email and they'll call it a year. Oh, we're all done. But no, the members of Minnesota gun rights, it was all day. It was every day, dude. Every day. You fought and fought and fought. So God bless you. God bless Minnesota. Thank you for everything you've done. And look, I had to have her. Old Glory. God bless you guys. You are patriots of the highest order. And I can stand here and tell you that our founding fathers would be proud of the way you fought this legislative session. This was a state that was not supposed to survive. This was a state that was supposed to lose. They said after 2018, it's over. And everybody involved in Second Amendment politics, pro or anti, was looking at Minnesota and they were saying, it's done. It's done. It's a leftist state. Gun owners are asleep. It's all going to pass in 2019. And it's a done deal. It's a done deal. No. Apparently, they didn't know who Minnesota gun rights was. Apparently, they never heard of James or Dave or Robert or Mark Scari, these people watching, or Mark Allen Everson. Apparently, they never heard of great patriots like you. It's to their loss. Because we knew, and we prepared, we planned, and we attacked. We went on the offense against these lawmakers. We went on the offense, went after anti-gun lawmakers, weak-kneed pro-gun lawmakers. We put pressure on Paul Gazelka that was so great, he couldn't survive. Put him in a pressure chamber. He was just shut up, just shut down. And now the whole country is sitting here going, no way. There is no way that happened. How did that happen? Well, you tell them. You stand tall. And you tell them it was the members of Minnesota gun rights who stood there like a stone freaking wall and said, we will not give a single inch. And if a single lawmaker supports this stuff, if a single weak-kneed lawmaker decides to switch over to the other side of the aisle to vote the wrong way, to stab us in the back, if Paul Gazelka does not get his caucus in order and make them stop this gun control, we will come after you like a starving dog on a 30-ounce prime rib at election time in 2020, in 2022, in 2024, and you will pay the price for this attack on our freedoms. And they said, Uncle, and they shut it down. We shut it down. You shut it down. Guys, for those of you just getting on, the Minnesota legislature has adjourned sine die, which means it's over. This legislative session is over. They have adjourned for the year. Guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Celebrate today. Okay? Give yourselves a pat on the back. Drink a beer. Do whatever. Kiss your wife. I don't care. Whatever it is you do. Thank you. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know where you're watching from. I know people from all over the place are watching right now. Now's the time. You should be a member of Minnesota Gun Rights if you are not already. Because those commenting around you now are the ones who brought down the roof, they brought down the house, they stopped this gun control, they dug their heels in, and they were okay with being hated by politicians. They were okay with being attacked. They stood there and they said, we are of singular focus. We are totally focused on this fight to stop gun control, and we do not care if lawmakers hate us. And you held the line. If you're not one of them, if you're seeing this now for the first time, go to joinmgr.com. Joinmgr.com. Become a member and stand with the fiercest fighters in this entire state, because this state needs you. We need you. Your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, your communities, they need you on board to fight, to save our state, to save our country, and that is what we do at Minnesota Gun Rights. It's what we're doing now, and we'll never stop. We'll never stop. And again, look, James Carnahan's commenting. People watching right now, folks so that I've known for forever, for a long time. You people, we've become friends. We've become a family. You are Minnesota Gun Rights. We are the Minnesota Gun Rights family, and we fought. We fought together. We fought together. Brothers in arms is what we are. And this victory is no small feat. It's nothing to laugh at. It's nothing to scoff at. It didn't happen by itself. It happened because Minnesota Gun Rights members put feet to their beliefs. They stood tall. They said, my rights are worth defending. My gun rights are worth fighting for. Freedom is worth maintaining. And that's exactly what you did. The men and women of Minnesota Gun Rights, you fought like patriots. I mean, all session long, in my head, I kept thinking this same thing. That I'd like to think that we're like the patriots of old. We're like those who fought for our country the very first time. Those who fought and won independence from a tyrannical crown and gave us this nation to begin with. And all session long, it's what I could think of. It's all I could think of is that we are fighting like the patriots of old to save a country, to save our freedom, to preserve this, the last great hope of men on earth. And this year, all year, because session started at the beginning of the year. This year, I had the privilege and the tremendous honor to stand with the men and women of Minnesota gun rights against a storm, and it was a hurricane. It was a hurricane. And we looked her right in the eye, and we said, do you see where we stand? Do you see us standing here? We will not take a step back. We will not go back 1 inch. We will not give you one thing. We will not sign off on gun control. You cannot have our freedom. Absolutely not. And boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we held that line. And not a single Minnesota gun rights member took that step back and gave away that freedom. Nobody did. And so even though they grind their teeth in St. Paul, even though they cry, even though they rage, and they rage with anger, they hate us for it. What time is it right now? 20 after 8. Just an hour ago, little over an hour ago, they adjourned sine die and ended this legislative session. They shut it down and they yelled. They were so upset. They're so angry. Why couldn't we get gun control passed? Why couldn't we stop this? Why couldn't we strip away their freedom? Pass a gun registration bill, pass a red flag gun seizure bill. They wanted so desperately to make criminals out of law-abiding, the best people. You're the best people. They wanted to destroy your freedom. They wanted to destroy your life. They wanted to take away your firearms, the very symbol of freedom in this great nation, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. They couldn't get the job done. They couldn't get the job done. You know who did? You, the members of Minnesota Gun Rights, you got it done. You got it done. And I love you for it. And your children will thank you for it. And your grandchildren will thank you for it. And if you have neither, your neighbors, your communities, your country thanks you for it. Joe wants to know where to sign up. Go to joinmgr.com. Joinmgr.com. Stand and fight with us. Fight with us. Guys, I don't know what else to say. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. We could not have done this on our own. I could not have done this. Nobody would have cared. Nobody would have cared if it was just me and a phone in St. Paul. They'd go, who's this nutso? Who's this crazy guy? We don't care about him. We don't care. But every time we went on Facebook Live, every time we walked past their Senate offices, every time we met with them in the hallways, they shuddered with fear. They ran away, and they just knew. They knew there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do to stop these guys. They're mad. They're just mad. Yeah, we're a little mad. We're a little touched. That's okay. That's okay. We're fighters. We're fighters. I am quite certain the people in St. Paul would look at our founding fathers and those foot soldiers who had no shoes, who died of disease, who marched day and night, who fought like patriots. They had a dream. They had a dream of a free nation. And it is our duty to our ancestors, it is our duty to our futures to fight for that freedom. And all year long. And I'm telling you, in January, when session kicked off, the first thing we were told was Senate Republicans are not going to stop this gun control. That's what that was told right to us by the weak and feckless Senate Majority Leader, Paul Gazelka. He looked at me right in the eyes, kind of. He was kind of doing a little bit of this. And he said, we aren't going to do anything that gun owners want. we're not going to stop it. We're not going to do it. And I walked out of that Senate building, and I knew in that moment, and that was 5 months ago, and I knew in that moment we had a war on our hands, that it was do or die, that we can lay down, we can get down that fetal position, and we can give up, or we can fight, And even though Republicans and Democrats in this state, like so many others, wanted to pass gun control so desperately, we fought, and we made those weak lawmakers grow a spine. We made them so afraid of losing their positions, of losing their grip on the levers of power. They were so afraid that they shut it down, that they stopped the gun control, and they said, we can't. If we pass this, even though we want to, Minnesota gun rights will come after us and we won't survive. We won't survive. Yes, as Michael says, there's more work to come, more fights to come. Oh yeah, and we're going to be here every step of the way. Every step of the way. We don't sleep. We don't tire. We don't miss. We fight and we win. We're the best. You're the best. The members, don't anybody tell you differently. There is no other organization. There is none. Minnesota gun rights, you're the best. You're the best fighters. You're the best patriots. You're the best warriors. You're fearless. You're fearless in defense of your freedom. I have seen gun owners walk right up to politicians and just rip into them. I've seen gun owners stand there on their own 2 feet and look politicians in the face and say, you work for us. We don't work for you. I have seen so much courage. So much courage. And we've been fighting this fight in Minnesota for a long time. We shut it down in 2018. We shut down the gun control in 2016 and in 2015. Okay? We've seen a lot here, but I have never seen the level of dedication, of courage, of fight, and of no compromise that came out of the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights in this year, 2019. We'll never forget it. The legislature will never forget it. And already lawmakers are scratching their heads going, can we even do this in 2020? Can we even do this? They don't know. I'll tell you this, Minnesota gun rights will be even bigger, will be even stronger in 2020 than we are right now. So go join, become a part of this army. JoinMGR.com. That's the website, JoinMGR.com. You can become a member of Minnesota gun rights today. Check us out on our website, minnesotagunrights.org. And Ryan wants to know what is next. Well, is it too early to crack a beer? That's what I'm feeling. Now, what's next in Minnesota is continue to grow, continue to get larger, continue to mobilize more gun owners, and we are always preparing for the next election season. Okay? There are a lot of votes happened this session. A lot of votes. Bad votes in the House and a lot of committees, a lot of things. And 2020 is election season. We're going to go after those people. We're going to go after. If we don't punish those people for attacking our freedoms, they'll continue to do it again. Politicians like Paul Kozelka and so many others, they're like, no offense to toddlers, but they're like little toddlers who run out into the street, right? You have to pull them back and you have to discipline them, right? You don't necessarily want them to get run over. You got to discipline your child when they do things that are bad for them. It's the same with lawmakers. They're like children. You got to put them back in their place, and you got to make them understand that if you do things like that, you're going to get punished and it's not good for you. Yes, they are like children. They are like children. That is the plan. We are gearing up already for the 2020 session and, of course, the 2020 election season, okay, where we are going to exact vengeance on lawmakers who attacked our freedoms this legislative session, last legislative session, undoubtedly, which will be coming in the 2020 legislative session. That's where we're headed. But for now, guys, just an hour and a half ago, the Minnesota legislature adjourned their special session, sine die, big fancy word for MGR, shut this crap down and session is over. That's what it means. That's what it means. Although, if you look it up in the dictionary, I'm not sure if that's what it means, but it should. It really should. Let's see here. Guys, I'm getting a lot of thank yous, a lot of congratulations. I love it. Ryan Marlowe says, hell hath no fury like MGR scorned. That needs to be a Facebook meme. Somebody make a meme that says that and send it to us, please. Because there's so much truth in there. So much truth. See, all the time in politics, when people try to rise up and take back their freedom, when they fight, if they get nasty, the lawmakers will turn around, and even some weak people who are not patriots, they're hardly Americans, and they'll turn around and they'll tell you, hey, that's not the way this works in politics. You have to be nice. You have to get along with them. You have to build relationships with them. You have to pet them and pick up their kids from school and iron their clown suits. That's your job. That's your job. Wrong. Dead wrong. Fighting for freedom, standing tall, standing strong, being nasty, putting fear into politicians. Fear, not of their own personal safety, of course, but fear of political retribution. And there is nobody, I almost want to say in America, maybe. There's nobody in Minnesota who exacts more political retribution at election time than Minnesota gun rights does. And if we don't fight that way, we lose. We lose entirely. We lose our freedom. They will take it away from you because they sit there and they use all that crap as a way to try to stifle us. They want you to shut up. They want you to shut up. Be quiet. Don't fight hard. They'll say things like, hey, if you keep being nasty to us, we're gonna vote against you. If you get in my face one more time, we're gonna vote and pass this gun control. That's what they say. It's a scare tactic. So what do? We say, try it. Try it. Try it. We're waiting. Nah. Never happens. Never happens. Because they're feckless. They're cowards. So many of them are cowards. And they attacked Minnesota gun rights to the best of their weak abilities. But they did. They tried anyway. They attacked the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. They attacked this organization. They attacked the Second Amendment. They did everything they could possibly do to bring us down. And they lost. They lost. Today, we won this fight. Today, we stand tall. We stand proud. Go tell your friends. Go tell your family. Go tell your children. Go tell your grandchildren that mom, dad, grandma, grandpa fought to maintain freedom, to save our most cherished rights, our most cherished freedoms, what makes America great, what makes us free. And we got to take our freedom back. But you tell them, we fought for you. We fought and we won today. We won for you. And we'll continue to do it going forward. We'll never stop. We're never going away. We're never going to shut down. We're never going to take a year off. We're never going to compromise. We're never going to lick the boots of politicians. We're never going to give away your freedom. You're never going to see us. You'll never see me come on a video or send out an email or a letter in the mail, and we talk with so many people, so many thousands. You'll never see this happen where I come on here and go, guys, we fought too hard. We gave up, we can't win this one. So we have to give them some freedom. We have to give them some piece of gun control. We don't really have a choice. So guys, we're gonna give up this fight. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. It'll never happen, guys. So thank you for everything you did. Session is over. It is a gorgeous Saturday. It's a beautiful day, guys. Give thanks this weekend. Give thanks to those who fought for freedom. Give thanks to those who gave their lives for freedom, for our country. And it goes back. Give thanks for our founding fathers. Give thanks to those who paid the ultimate price. But going back even further, to those who saw America only in their minds, only in their hearts. It was an idea that the colonies could rule themselves. They only saw it in their minds. There had never been a nation like this before. There had never been a nation of elected officials, elected people, with a brilliant system of checks and balances. They saw it in their own minds, and they fought and they died for it. This weekend, we give thanks for them also. Thank you. And thank you to the members of Minnesota Gun Rights who fought politically alongside us. I know I speak for the whole board of directors of Minnesota Gun Rights. Thanks you. I thank you. Thank you so much. Last, guys, I'll just tell you, for those of you just hopping on, I'm getting some more messages asking what happened. Today, just an hour and a half ago, the Minnesota legislature adjourned sine die. This session is over, and we stopped every piece of gun control in the Minnesota legislature. It's all stopped, it all got shut down, and session is over for the year as of an hour and a half ago. Man, I don't know what else to say. I'm so grateful. Thank you for your tenacity. Thank you. This whole video is a thank you. In case you haven't noticed, it's a huge thank you. And let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson to the lawmakers in St. Paul that the day of Minnesota gun rights is here. The day of patriots fighting for their freedom is here. The day of no compromise is here, and we're here to stay. We're here to stay. And no matter how many pet organizations you have in St. Paul who do deals, who sell out, who endorse anti-gun lawmakers, we're talking about the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus and so many others, no matter how many organizations you have running interference for you, protecting you, and stabbing us in the back, no matter how safe you may feel, you'll never be safe politically from the members and supporters of Minnesota gun rights. We're going to fight you every step of the way. You lost this year, and if we have our way, you will lose next year. And we will maintain our freedom. We will fight for it every step of the way. We will not surrender. We will not give up. We will not apologize. All session long, it was apologize. Minnesota gun rights, you apologize. You're mean. You're not nice. And all session long, we said, yeah, that's kind of the point. Because when you fight against enemies, are you nice to your enemies? No. When a thug attacks my wife, I'm not nice to that thug. I do terrible things, okay? In politics, we do the same thing. We fight nasty, we fight hard. And right now in this moment, you are seeing the reward of that fight. You are seeing the reward of this model of politics where, frankly, we're just patriots. We're just patriots fighting for a cause, fighting for our freedom. We're unapologetic. We love it. We love it. I mean, I'll tell you, part of me is a little bummed out. I'm a little bummed out this session is over. It's much harder. It's much harder to get to go and browbeat lawmakers if session's not in. But hey, as long as we won, that's what we care about. Guys, that's what I've got for right now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. If you're not a member, go to Join MGR. Stand. Go to joinmgr.com and stand with the only no compromise, no holds barred, bare knuckle brawler style gun rights organization that stopped all the gun control in St. Paul in 2019. Fight with us. Fight with the patriots of Minnesota gun rights, guys. I'll be back with more updates, more things going on. Enjoy your weekend. Pay homage. Pay homage. And I'll be back with more updates. Go give a hug to somebody today. Go, I don't know, go blast a button. No, don't shoot off in the sky. Go to the shooting range. Enjoy yourselves. Celebrate a victory won. It was a tremendous, tremendous victory. And it is my great honor. It's my great honor to fight for you, to fight with you, and the tremendous men and women of Minnesota gun rights, guys. Have a good weekend. I'll be back later. God bless you. God bless America. And we'll talk soon. Adios, guys.